Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are going to build your very first web page completely from scratch. And seriously, no experience needed at all. In just the next few minutes, you're going to go from a totally blank screen to having a real, live web page up and running. Sound good? Okay, let's dive right in. But first, I have a question for you. Think about every website you've ever visited. From the most complicated social media site to the simplest little blog. What is the one thing, the one single thing that they all share at their core? What is that fundamental building block of the web? And the answer is HTML. It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Now, this isn't some super fancy programming language. It's actually much more important. It's the skeleton, It's what gives every single website its structure. Every title, every piece of text, every picture you've ever seen online, it's all put in place by HTML. I love this analogy. It makes it so clear. If you think of a website like a car, then HTML is the bare metal frame. It's the chassis, the core structure. Then you've got CSS, which is like the paint job, the cool rims, the leather seats, all the style. And JavaScript, well, that's the engine. That's what makes the car actually do stuff. Today, we're all about that crucial first step, building the frame. Okay, so every builder needs a workshop and some tools, right? And building for the web is no different. So before we can actually start building, we need to get our digital workspace all set up. But don't worry, this is super simple, and it's going to take like less than a minute. Here are the 4 simple steps. First up, you're going to download a free code editor called Visual Studio Code, or VS Code. It's what pretty much everyone uses. Second, just create a new folder somewhere on your computer. You can call it My First Website or something like that. Third, open up VS Code and then open that folder you just made. And last, inside VS Code, just create a brand new file and name it index.html. That's it. Your workshop is now officially open for business. And now, for a little bit of magic. You know how every building starts with a blueprint? Well, every web page starts with a standard chunk of code. And the best part is, this is not something you have to memorize. In fact, our tool is going to write it for us. This is probably one of the coolest shortcuts you are going to learn. Seriously. In that empty index.html file you just made, just type a single exclamation mark. Just E. That's all. Now go ahead and press the Enter or Tab key. And boom, just like that, VS Code automatically fills in this whole block of essential code for you. This is what we call boilerplate, and it's basically the universal starting point for pretty much every modern web page out there. You just created the entire skeleton for a website with one keystroke. So what is all this stuff that just appeared? Let's break it down real quick. That first line, the doc type HTML one, don't let it intimidate you. It's just a little note that tells the web browser, hey, just so you know, you're reading a modern HTML5 document. That's all it does. Next up, you see the HTML tag. Think of this as the main box, the big container for the entire page. Everything else, all the code we write, is going to live inside of this one element. And you'll notice it has an opening tag and then a closing tag with that little /. So inside our big HTML box, we've got 2 main sections. The first one is the head. This is all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Nothing you put in here is actually visible on the page itself. It holds information for the browser. Things like the little title of the page that you see up in the Browser tab. It's kind of like the brain of the whole operation. And that brings us to the main event, the body tag. This is where the party's at. Everything you can actually see on a web page. All the text, all the images, the videos, the links, it all lives right here, inside the body. This is where we get to make our mark. All right, the blueprint is done. The foundation is solid. Now it's time for the really fun part. Let's actually put some content on our page that people can see. We're going to start with 2 of the most common, most basic building blocks in all of HTML. The first is the H1 tag. That's for a main heading, like the big title on your page. And the second is the P tag, which is just for a regular old paragraph of text. See? Simple stuff. Okay, so go right in between your opening and closing body tags and type this out exactly as you see it. An H1 tag that says My First Website, then right on the next line, a P tag that says Hello Web. Okay, you've written the code, you've set up the structure, and you've added the content. There's only one thing left to do now, and that's to see your creation come to life in a real web browser. And to do this, we're going to use a super helpful tool in VS Code. Go over to the Extensions tab on the side. It kind of looks like a bunch of Tetris blocks. And search for Live Server. Just click Install. Once that's done, go back to your index.html file, right-click anywhere on it, and you'll see a new option, Open with Live Server. Click that. And this is the moment of truth. It all comes together right here. On the left, you see the simple HTML code we wrote. And on the right, that's how a web browser interprets that code and shows it to the world. Your H1 tag made that big, bold heading, and your P tag made that nice, clean paragraph. You did it! You actually just built a web page.
So you've done it. You've built the skeleton, that solid, crucial foundation. But let's be honest, the web is so much more than just skeletons, right? So the real question now is, how do you add the style, the color, the life to this page? You've taken the first and honestly the most important step. Now, what are you going to build next?